Hello there! Welcome to my channel. My name is Chiza and I'm a self-development enthusiast. In this video, I'd like to discuss two main things that lose value during your journey. Now, before I start, I'd like to remind you that this is from my perspective. Furthermore, I am not a professional, so please seek out the relevant professionals for any and all advice. All right, so these are the two main things that lose value along the way. Okay? Blame and shame. Blame and shame. Blame and shame become so irrelevant during your self-development journey, okay? Because once you understand that when you hold yourself accountable, there's no point in blame. There's no point in the blame game, right? You are acknowledging that you had a role to play in the unfavorable circumstances and situations that you ended up in, right? You're saying, hey, I did it. I made that choice and I'm not happy with the results. It's time for me to do better, right? So blame it loses power. There's no point. And with holding yourself accountable, right? We're shifting the focus from the external to the internal, right? We're not looking at other people. So we're not blaming other people. Yes, you would want people to treat you with respect and, courtesy and kindness. You would want these things from people. But if you opened up the door to somebody and there were red flags all this time and you were telling yourself a different story that would, encourage them having space in your life just for you to feel better about having them in your life, then you have to acknowledge that, hey, I opened the door for these people to come in. And it's not about blaming them anymore, right? It's about you empowering yourself and being honest with yourself about the ways you've been mistreating yourself through your choices, through making poor choices, essentially, right? Through allowing certain things into your life. Okay? So blame at some point, it loses value. It does. There's just no point, right? Because also with blame, it affects you negatively, just like shame, right? Shame really, the one that maybe you would let go of first, maybe not first, but the one that really, really loses value, my word, it's shame. 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 Shame just goes out the window because when you understand that with self-development, you also need to create the right environment for yourself to grow and develop, right? Just as we talked about in episode 7, right? If you haven't watched it, go ahead and watch it. And so with shame, it puts you in a very negative space. Like it really, really, really puts you down. You lose a lot of confidence when it comes to shame. You don't see yourself as a capable person, right? Because you're now too consumed with the negative result of whatever choice you made, right? Shame! I can't emphasize this enough. Shame out the window. Shame, you will rarely shame yourself from a certain point, okay? Because you just know it's not going to do any good for you. And the point is you're trying to do good for you, which also means you can't indulge certain narratives. Shame is one of them, okay? But this pair, ultimately, it's not good for you. And as I said, you need to do good by you. You need to do good things for yourself. You need to make good choices, right? And we talked about, mentality and how you have to shift from a negative space, to a positive, nurturing one, right? And so these go out the window completely, all right? Holding yourself accountable has nothing to do with blaming yourself and shaming yourself. Okay? Now, one thing that is connected to releasing blame and shame is that last S. Forgiveness. Forgiveness. You have to forgive yourself. You have to forgive yourself. Okay? Once you've been angry with yourself, once you have cried and broken down, just once you've processed a healthy amount of the negative emotions that come up in reflecting on the poor choices that you made, you have to forgive yourself. However long it takes. All right? It's not going to be the same. It also depends on how severe your situation is, right? So for some of you, it could take you like a couple of months, maybe like 2-3 months to forgive yourself for something. Other people, it could take you 5 years. It depends. But it doesn't mean that it's not worth it. It doesn't mean you shouldn't go on that journey of forgiveness just because it might take long. The time is going to pass anyway, and you're going to be better off, once you forgive yourself. So forgiveness is critical, it's crucial in letting go of blame and shame. And it's just good for you overall because you're allowing yourself a clean slate from there. Okay? It's kind of the full stop to that journey, of dealing with the heaviness, right? And now you can step into a space of renewal and embrace of all the amazing possibilities that are there for you, right? You just have to make that choice and you have to align yourself with the kind of life, the kind of reality that you want to have, that you want to experience, right? You have to have your vision and you have to make the best possible decisions that align you with that vision. Okay, but forgiveness, you can't skip it. You can't skip this part. It's very important. That is where you really release and you let go of the burdens of your mistakes and poor choices, okay? Okay, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to like it, feel free to share it, and if you're enjoying this content, feel free to subscribe. I really do appreciate your presence, and I'll see you in the next one, okay? Okay, bye.